Okay, so I would like to start with the new tower, right? So let me see those the towers that we have now, because so I want to do something that is similar to the Reaper here. Let me see first. I would like to know how many. So just one animation. Okay. So let's create an empty object. But before, let's find the sprites for this. Maybe here. Yes. Let's see. What do we have here? Let me show. I don't know. Maybe this one. This tower will throw electric bolts, and then will also from time to time hit multiple multiple enemies with lighting. So I'm not sure this one is good for this. Ideally, we should find a wizard or something like that. So let me see if I can find it here. And also we have to download some effects, some sprites. See this one here. We want this one to this, and also this bolt here. Yep. Uh, okay. Save it on the desktop. Okay. Let me see where it is. Yep, it's here. Extract. But okay. But let's change this to wizard. Okay. Now we can just drag and drop it in our assets, but in the projectile folder. Is it here? Yep. Let's drag and drop it. And now we need to find some sprites for the tower. So let's go to assets. Let's search for mage, maybe mage. Something. Yeah, this one looks nice, but this one is not free. Let's find one that is free. This one is kind of bad quality. Let's see. We'll try wizard maybe. Wizard, yes. See, here we have more options. This one looks nice. I think we'll use that. Yep, let's take this. 4 frames just title. Oh. Yep. Let's take this. Okay. Right. But we have to move it to desktop so we can extract from the RAR file. And now we can put it in the the tower folder. And now we have everything we need. So let's call this wizard, or yeah, that's wizard. But where is my? I put it in the wrong. I think I put that in the wrong folder. Let me try again. Yeah, this one should be here. Okay. So we want just the idle animation, but right now it is not divided into sprites. So let's see this point here, because it's pixel art, and let's open the split editor. And I assume that these are not equal, so we'll size them by size. And how much? I don't know. Let's see. It's not this. This is just y. The x is different. So let's calculate that with a calculator. So we can see that the size of this is on x is 1386. So we divide this 1386 by how many there are. So 6. And this 231. So 231. And now it's divided into equal uh, sizes. And now we can just drag this here, but we need a sprite renderer first. Sprite renderer, and we have to put it in the correct layer. And for that, let's see another tower. So it is in the layer 2. Now we can see it. And it looks like it is in the it is the correct size. Maybe we slightly decrease the size a little bit like this. Okay, and let's see what else do we need. We need animator. Yeah, just an animator, the tower script, and then uh, the behavior script. So the animator first. That we need animator control. So let's create that in the animation folder. So this is wizard. Drag it here, and we can create that animation. We just need one, which will call wizard idle. And excuse me a second, drink some water. Right. So we just drag and drop our sprites. We just drag and drop them. And let's zoom in to see the animation. It's very fast, so let's try. It says that is 4 recommended. Maybe a little bit higher. Yep, that looks good to me. So now we need the tower script and the specific behavior. But also I have an issue here with the fact that we forgot what the maximum level to these or actually let me see. You have to open the code editor. Okay, let's create a script for the specific behavior. And this will be very similar to the Reaper in the sense that it will attack random enemies. But this one will not have a chance to kill anything instantly. This will save the enemies that it attacks in an array. And then from time to time we will hit all enemies that we attack with projectiles. Let's add this. 1 second, it's compiling the new script. And also I will open meanwhile I will open the original game so we can copy those attack speed and attack damage values from the original game. Okay. Yeah, let's add that script. Let's open the editor. And at some point we will add also sound effects. But first let's make the game playable. I want to see those values. 1 second. Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay. First, let me check that tower script 1 second, because yes, we do say, we do specify the maximum combine level. That's good. So we can just go straight to the wizard script. Alright, so we'll copy the Reaper's script completely, and then we'll adapt it. Wait, I closed that one. Oh, it's here. So now just copy paste everything in here, and let's see. We need a couple of things. This damage comes from the tower script. Okay, everything seems in order. We just need instead of this Reaper projectile, we wanted the wizard projectile. Wizard projectile prefab. And here we have to replace this with the wizard projectile. And when we hit an enemy, so we'll not do this here. We have to save the enemies that we hit in an array. So public list of. Let me think 1 second. Yes, I think it is enemies, but let's just say game object for now. We cannot say list because we need to import this here system collections. So this will be enemies list, and here in the start, let's make that empty. So it's equal to new list game object of type game object, and here we'll save all the enemies that we hit. So when to do that, we need that wizard projectile needs to have a reference to this tower. But we do not have that projectile yet. We have to create it first. Okay. Where is it? If tower effects, this one is the cucumber projectile, and we'll change it to a little. We'll change it a little bit. Yeah, we'll change it a little bit. So first, let's replace the sprite, which we have here in the projectiles folder. In here, this one. I believe. Please let me see. Why is it like this? It doesn't correctly. Explosion effect. Yes, here ice. No, not this. Yep, here it is. So I have to split this into multiple sprites. And let's see if it is 128 times 128. Yep, it is. Now we split it, and we can unpack this cucumber projectile, so it's no longer a prefab. And we'll call it wizard projectile. Wizard projectile. Okay. Now let's add one sprite so we can see it. Let's reduce the size a little bit. Okay. Now we have to create the animation for this. So let's go to the animation folder and say new. Call it wizard projectile. We can add it now. Create the animation. So wizard project. Okay. We can just drag these sprites here. Let's see. Quite fast. Let's load it. Let's see, 20 maybe looks better. Nope. We slightly high. Yep, that looks nice. Okay, but we have to remove the cucumber projectile script, and now we have to create a new script for specific for this projectile. Let's go to scripts. So with a projectile, it will take a second to compile the script. I think we might not finish everything we want today, but at least this tower, let's create it. Okay, now let's add that script to this projectile, and we'll try to copy everything from the cucumber projectile here. So let's just copy everything in here to the wizard projectile. Okay, but here we do not want to this chance to spawn fire, right? We just want to deal damage on a collision. So let's remove that. Also, it seems to me that we give a reference to the tower here, and I'm not sure why. But first, let's remove this here. We don't want this. Okay, we want this. Let's see our wizard script. Okay. So somewhere in here we give it a reference to yes, here you see. We give it a reference, which is good. We want that. But here we don't use the Reaper projectile. We use the wizard projectile script. So instead we have to say wizard projectile, and when you get the component wizard as well. But in here in the wizard projectile, when we hit an enemy, we want to save that to our enemy list, but we only do that if it is not already there. So first we check, right? We check if tower, but you see the issue here is we don't want the whole tower object. We want the tower script. So let's replace that with a script here. Let's say tower like this. All right. And now we have to modify it in the wizard because you see here we put the whole object. We want the script. So tower script equal to just this, not the whole object. This, why doesn't it work? Let me see. Oh, this is a wizard. Yeah, so then it means we actually have to do it like this. So this is okay. We want to say object here. We check it here, and let's correct that. So that was okay. Okay. So this here is okay. This cannot convert it to tower. Yes, by that. This is game object. Okay, and then we want the wizard script. So public wizard we that's script like this. So you want both the wizard and the but let me see. Well, actually, why don't we just keep the wizard script here? Okay, and then we check if that is known. Yeah, that should work as well. So here we say wizard script is equal to this. Okay, and now in here we save that enemy. So if the enemy, so the collision game object, when we collide with the enemy, we want to check if this or not like this. Sorry, I have to say that wizard script that enemy list um, that contains, and we see if this object already is there or not. This. So if it isn't, so let's say not here. This is the symbol for not. So if it does not contain that enemy, then we add it to our list. So wizard script enemy list add, and then that object. All right. Okay. And then this projectile will have a chance to strike all enemies with the lightning. But if we do that, let's create the visual effect first. Okay. So this will be wizard light or lightning. How do you say light? Second. Light. Okay, with N light. Okay. Alright. So here we just this is just a visual effect. It will not do anything else. So we just sprite on layer 3 because the enemies are on layer 2. And let's see that projectile. It is in here somewhere. Yes, the thunder. So point here because it is pixel art, and we have to splice this. So by size, seems to be 64 on the X, but 64 times 4 on the uh, on the y-axis. But I don't like that the pivot is in the center. I don't like that. It must be on bottom. Okay. So we can deal with this in two ways. One is we just add an offset in the script, or we set it here to bottom. Let me see how that looks. But maybe this is not actually correct. You see, it should be somewhere here. So we'll create a custom pivot. So let's say, can we select actually a little bit? Oh, we can actually say custom. Oh, okay. Let me see that how that looks. Yeah, that looks excellent. Now the pivot is placed correctly. So we just drag one sprite here to see how big is it is. Let's see. For some, oh yeah, that's of course that is just that is just the beginning of the animation. So let me see actually the whole. Yep. But why is that pivot here still in the middle? I don't know why. I don't know why that is in the middle. Let me see that again. Yeah, that's interesting. don't know. But it is okay. Now we just need an animator, so we can create the animation. So let's go to the animation, animator controller. We call this wizard like. And now we just drag these sprites, but wait, I made a mistake. We have to select all these. Okay. Let's see how that looks. A bit too fast for me. Maybe 10. Maybe faster, a little bit faster. Yeah, that looks nice. And we want this to be deleted when the animation finishes. So here let's use the destroy object script that we created, and now we can go to that animation and put an event here at the end of the animation, like this, and we can use the destroy function here at the end of the animation, and now it will be destroyed at the end of the animation. And also let's make sure that that animation does not loop, just to be sure that everything is okay. Yeah, this one should not loop. We have the animation, we have the projectile, but we want here to have a chance to tackle enemies, right? When the projectile hits. So public float hit enemies like chance. Okay, and let me see how big that is in the original game. It's just 10%. Okay. So here when we hit the enemy, we add it to our list, obviously. So let's say here add the enemy to list. And now if like, and for that we say if random range 0 to 100. Let me see if that is correct first. So 0 100 it is smaller than or equal to that lightning chance. Then we want to attack all enemies in that list with lightning. But to do that, we need to create a function here for that. So we'll say public, because we need to access it from the other script, public void attack enemies with light. And in here, we want to go to that list. So for going from 0 to that list, so enemies list count plus plus. Oh, see, I have to say smaller, smaller, yeah, smaller than the count. And in here, we deal the damage and we spawn the visual effect. And to do that here, we need that effect. So we say game object wizard lightning wizard. Okay. So in here we get the script from those one by one. So that means list I get component enemy that hit get hit. So with the damage, we want to get it by the damage. So damage here, and then we spawn the effect instantiate um, the wizard lighting prefab at the enemy position. So enemy transform position and with no rotation. So identity. We do this and then we reset the list. So in here we say enemies list is equal to new list game object. So this will be an empty list again. Alright. So this should work, but we also, after we finish this tower, we'll create the ability to um, critical strike. So double the damage. There's a chance for double the damage. So now that we did this, we can go to our projectile, and if we hit that chance, we just say wizard script attack enemies with light, like this. Okay, and now it's time to add the values that we need from the original game, and also let's save this first. This everything we need here. So in the effects, we want to save the projectile, then the lightning, and in the towers we save the wizard. And let's see what index this is. So start from 0. Yeah, this is 3. So index 3. Combined stats from 1, power trans. Wait, yes, 1. Let me see. Yep, that's correct. And now we have to add the values here. But I think we made a mistake with this one. We need to add the UI to this. Let me see. Yes, you see this has some UI. Okay, let's put Reaper here in the scene. Just copy this, duplicate it, and put it on our wizard. Now we can delete the Reaper. See, let's unpack this. Oh wait, cannot. Let's unpack the Reaper first. So it's no longer a prefab, and now we can copy and duplicate and add it to our wizard. Let's see where that is. Yep, that is in the wrong position. Okay, should be somewhere around here, something like this. I don't know exactly the position. But we made a mistake also because now we have to unpack this, that one from the folder, so we can save this one now. But here we have to add in the tower script these UI elements. So the image, which is the background, and then the text represents the level, the combined level. So let's add that image and the text before we save. Now we can save. Right, delete now. And in here we need to add a couple of things. So first the wizard projectile, and then the lightning. Attack counter does nothing. Travel time. Let's look at the travel time so it's the same. Travel time. Wait. Yeah, 0.75. So we can say here travel time 0.75. Now the enemy's layer is just the enemy. So this one. And let's do the same for the projectile, because I'm sure this has Wait 1 second, let me compare it to the cucumber because this should have a, oh, never mind. Actually, never mind because um yeah, we check here for collision. Okay, so it's okay. That's okay. Right. Now let's add the values. Unfortunately, this will take a while. We have to add here the speeds. Let me see the speeds come from the uh, combined level. Speeds come from combined. So it starts with 1.5 here. So speeds 1, 2, 3, 4, 1.5. 0. Oh, that's a big upgrade from 0 to 1. 1.5 minus 1.5. Alright, those are the speeds. Let's save it. Now the power levels. Let's see. So 103 plus 25 120 times not times plus 50. Alright. Now it's time to test, I guess. But first, the chance to hit all enemies here in the projectile, we have to set that to 10%. 10%. Here, I think just 10%. The wizard script will come from the project. Sorry, not the projectile, but the wizard here. And everything seems to be in order. We can now test. So to test, let's add that to our towers, list of towers here. Let's add a new tower, wizard. And it's time to test. Let's okay. Yeah, but you see that we have a couple of errors here. Let's see. Or that's not an error, but you see that projectile is not oriented towards the enemy, and that is because we did this from the Reaper, which does not change the rotation of the projectile to face the enemy. So we have to go to our cucumber here, and we want to also rotate it towards the enemy in here somewhere. So yes, here you see when we move it, we want also to change the rotation. So let's go here where it says where it moves the projectile inside here, and just say this line. And now every frame it should change that position, which is a little bit it is not ideal. We in the future, if we want to optimize this, we might want to do it every couple of fraction of seconds. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if that's very expensive or not. Okay, time to test. We combine some towers here. Okay, let's see. Yep, that's better. Oh, we have an error. Missing reference. Yes, yes. You see, there is the case that the enemies that do not exist anymore, right? They get killed before we strike them. So instead, we have to check if this exists. So only if this is different than null. Only then we do everything inside this if. Okay. And also I have a problem with the projectile because it moves too slow and it is too big. So let's fix that as well. So here let's select that and uh, maybe like 0.7 something like this. And then the travel time. So let's select the tower and where it says travel time here, let's reduce that to something a little bit faster, like 5, 0.5. So this is the travel time from the tower to the enemy. So that was the issue. Some enemies die before they can get hit by the lightning. They do not exist anymore, so we have to check if they exist. And you see now we have another. Oh wait, that's actually not an error. Sorry. Oh, that. Okay, let's see those wizards in action. All right. I it's hard to tell. It is hard to tell if it works or not because the enemies get killed very fast. I like it, but I have an idea. Maybe we should make this wizard hit multiple enemies. So when we spawn it here, you see, or actually here. So when we attack a random enemy, uh, maybe we should attack multiple enemies. So in here, instead of this, we do it for multiple projectile, or we can just increase the attack speed. I'm not sure. But let's test. I actually am curious to see how it works only if you have a wizard in the scene. Uh, let's test that actually. We put a couple of wizards in here. Obviously, we cannot combine these because we created them before without the game manager. We cannot use these. But let's see how they attack. Yep, we have some bugs already. Okay. I'm not sure why those happen. But now we do have the wizard. Okay, let's make it attack multiple enemies. Yes. So here, let's say number here. So public float int. Sorry, int. Um, enemies that, and then in here we just say if or not equal equal, so from 0 to smaller than that number, plus plus. So we attack multiple enemies with this. Okay. And now we just have to set that no, that value to a number, like 3. I don't know, anything above 3 seems a bit too much. And also the effect, let's make that even smaller now. Oops, it's still too big. So 0.5 extra. But we do have an issue with the collider. You see, the collider is the incorrect size. Let's increase that a little bit. Reposition it a little bit. Yep, that's perfect. And now the wizard should have. So on the wizard script here, we say that the enemies attack are equal to 3, and now it should attack multiple enemies. Let's test, and then we can get into how to critical strike. Yeah, see, now it attacks multiple enemies. But I'd like to make this smaller so we can see the errors if there are errors. That looks pretty good to me. Alright. A little bit. I think it's a little bit overpowered at the moment, but we'll fix that later. Now let's try to create the option to critical strike the enemy. So we go to our enemy script, and in here we use the get hit function. Let's say we want the damage, of course, but we also want to have a crit chance here. Crit chance. So float crit chance like this. So before anything, we must determine if this is a crit or not. So here we say if wait one second. Yes, you see the issue here is we found that damage text, right? But we want to modify the color of it. So let's do that here first. Let's determine here if it is a crit or not. Just that's everything we need. So if random range from 0 to, so create a random number from 0 to 100 because the chance is from 0 to 100, smaller than the crit. So if we hit the chance, then yes, we do want this here, this stuff here, before that crit. And if it is crit, then we do two things. One is damage will be multiplied by 2, so it's a crit. Or wait, this is int, so no f yet. This is an int, not float. So we double the damage and we change the color of that text. Yes, we do get here the component once, but let's just save it in a variable. Damage text mesh. Not like this, sorry. Text mesh. Damage text mesh equal. We do this because we don't want to get that component twice. So we modify the text here, and here we modify the color. So color equal to color. Let's see, do we have orange here? No, let's say yellow. So if it's a grid, then it is yellow, and that should be enough. Now we do use this get hit in many scripts now, and we have to modify a lot of scripts for every tower actually. So let's start with the Reaper here. Okay. I believe the get hit is on the projectiles, but let's first let me check to see a value for a crit. Just 1 second. I want to know what is the chance for a crit. I cannot see a chance here. They do not say the crit chance. I'm sure there is a crit chance, but I cannot find it here. Yeah, it's unclear what is the crit chance. I guess I will just give it some low value for now. Yeah, we'll modify this later. Let's just give it some value. Public float crit chance. Let's do that for. Let's copy paste this for every projectile. So we have the wizard projectile. We have the also the Reaper unit. Actually, the Reaper unit should crit as well. So here let's say crit chance for the Reaper unit, and here when get hit we say crit chance. Okay, so it crits. The Reaper unit crits as well. Also, where is the project wizard projectile? So here we say damage and crit chance. What's next? The cucumber projectile. So let's say crit chance as well. The cucumber fire should have a crit as well, and this will be different in the value. Cucumber projectile, yes. Reaper projectile. Right. Chance. The bomb. Yes, the bomb should have a good chance to. But I don't see that function. Oh, it's not the actual bomb. It's the bomb explosion. The bomb explosion has the crit chance. So let's say crit chance, and now everything should have a crit chance. We just have to give it a value that crit chance. We forgot here in the wizard to say also crit chance. So the lightning has a crit chance as well. All right. Now everything has crit chance. I think about 5% should be a normal value. Yeah, about 5%. Now we have to go through all the so let's start with the wizard first. 5%. And now let's see, we have the effects, the bomb explosion, not the bomb itself. Now all the projectiles, and hopefully now when we play the scene, we should see sometimes crit chancing. Okay. And please stop me anytime if you have anything to say, Lemon. Okay. Now you see I have an issue here. We cannot see the. We do have a bug, I believe, or we don't, because I do not see the damage text. Let me see. Let me check that first. That enemy script. Yeah, we spawn it, but yeah, that looks correct. I know. I'm not sure what's happening here. Parent equal this transform. That makes sense. So we change the color here. Maybe we need to. Yeah, I can see it, but it's not visible. So let's fix that by saying here we just say where is it? So in the enemy script we want public color grid color. So here instead the yellow color we use this one, make it darker so we can see it. Yeah, let's do that here in the for each enemy. But actually we don't have to do it by it doesn't need to be public. We can just find the exact values and put them here. So let's say create color is equal new color. Now let's see. Want some orange, dark, maybe dark orange. I do have a square sprite somewhere, but maybe we can just use this here, create new square, place that above everything so we can see it. And it's time to find the color now. I do like orange, but maybe slightly darker. I don't know. Orange looks okay. And we can now just copy these values. So 1 1 this and this, and then 1, so it is completely visible, and that should be it. So orange color, just so we can remember, because yellow is not visible yellow on yellow. The path is yellow as well. Okay. Can save our scene and time to test again. Maybe we might even want to increase the scale of that text, or the size. And you see that some of the projectiles from our wizards do not get deleted. Let's see. Let me stop. Pause this 1 second. Everything seems to be in order. It's hard to tell because the enemies die instantly. Well, at least the controls work well. Yeah, I do see that crit. Yeah, the crit works. But why? I wonder why these just these two projectiles here. Only these two do not target anything. That's a very interesting bug. So here in the wizard, let's see, we start that foraging for that seems to be okay. Yeah, that seems to be okay. So I'm not sure why exactly these two and not others. Let me check and see. Well, this is the same as the Reaper, so I'm not sure what the issue is here. I'm not sure. So if enemy is dead, um, could be here, this here. So if the projectile is null, if the projectile is null, we just stop the coroutine. That is correct. So let's see. Why I don't understand why exactly those two projectiles don't they stop moving. I'm not sure. Maybe it has something to do with the spawn. Maybe we should make sure that there are enemies, enough enemies to. Yeah, see here we get that. You see, we only attack if we know that there are enemies. But what if they die? Well, if they die, then this should. Yes. So if the enemy is null, we should destroy the projectile. So I'm not sure what's happening here. Now, that was an interesting bug. Okay. So we created the new tower. We added the crit mechanic. I don't know. We could try to implement a boss, but if I'm not mistaken, we spent like a lot of time, like an hour. Okay. So I think we'll stop for today and continue tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll implement two things. Hopefully, we need to implement the boss mechanic and the ability to upgrade towers. And after we create a couple of bosses, we can go into making a deck of different towers in the main menu. Okay, so that Lemon, that's it for today. See you tomorrow, hopefully.